Hi everyone. In this video I'd like to introduce the fascinating game of chess to those with little or no knowledge of it. Chess is such a rich game in so many ways that it continues to amaze me game after game. There are, for example, more game combinations possible than all the electrons in the observable universe. That's amazing. So what's the goal of the game? Well, as you see here, we have an 8 by 8 board, which is labeled alphanumerically. We have two armies, white and black. And each army has 8 pawns, and behind those pawns are 8 pieces. We have the rooks, knights, bishops, king, queen, and another set, bishop, knight, and rook. Now, the goal of each player is to checkmate the other's king. So how does one go about doing that? Well, you have to advance your pieces into enemy territory and start capturing their pieces so that a route to their king will open up. Pawns are valued at 1 point and move forwards. Knights, valued at 3, jump in a peculiar sort of way. They go up 2 and then 1 to the side. Or they can go horizontally 2 and 1 up. Bishops are also worth 3 points and they move diagonally. So this light squared bishop will move on the light squares as many squares back or forward as it wishes to. Now rooks are considered more powerful than the knights or the bishops. They're worth 5 points, and that's because they can move both sideways and up and down as well. Now the queen is capable of doing both what a rook can do and what a bishop can do, and that's in one piece. So it's easily the most powerful piece on the board, worth 9 points. Finally, we have the king. Now the king can only move one square at a time, though in every direction. So that is convenient. But without the king, you lose the game. So in a sense, it's even more valuable than the queen. Now, what are some of the critical starting concepts? Well, the first one is you must get out your pieces and castle. So as I've shown here, white and black have both made a series of very sensible moves. This is a very common opening. This is called the Italian game. And now white does this move, which is called castling. It's when the king and the rook go to the side of each other and occupy these two squares. Now, it can also be done on the other side of the board. The only rules are that the squares in between the king and the rook need to be vacated by the pieces for that to happen. And now black has done the same. Another very important concept to note in the beginning is how the pieces and pawns look to be or control the 4 central squares. Beg your pardon. These 4 squares here: E4, E5, D4, D5. So yeah, that's basically how chess works. I'd like to just add that one's level in chess is determined by your official FIDE rating. My current rating, for example, is 1345, and that's up from about 1000 when I started playing seriously, which is well, about 2 years ago. The first professional milestone is only reached at the level of 2200, so I have a long way to go, I'm afraid. And the world's strongest players are actually over 2800, so well, that's just amazing. Thank you.